Congratulations, you said vacation, yeah. like a U.S. citizen.
Where were you when the president was shot?
Holiday, nobody understands. We use the word holiday, no vacation.
On this side?
Out in front. We say holiday.
This side?
Holiday.
Yeah, that's what we say.
Who do you think did it?
Holiday.
If I say holiday here.
Holiday.
No, in my mind, who did it?
Who did it?
Well, that's right. Keep talking and do your best.
By himself?
Okay.
It's pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
You can believe whatever you want to.
Some guys
You know, as long as I've been coming down here and tell people what I heard,
Look at her every now.
you draw your own.
Written a very fascinating book from the police point of view, and I'm going to let him tell you more about that. Would you please make welcome Mr. Ian Griggs.
Hello again, everybody. I do this every year on this day, in this holy place. I'm here speaking to crowds of various sizes. I look forward to the day when perhaps we won't be here on November the 22nd November, that we'll have solved this thing and it will have gone away. This is the 46th anniversary, 46 years, and we still don't know. Where's it going to end?
So she went over there to meet us, just outside of the courthouse. And
hello, folks.
I was 12 years old. I was
in about 5 minutes, we're going to have a remembrance of John F. Kennedy.
We didn't have a clue that anything happened, and we were right over there. We rode the bus back to school.
I want to thank two very kind gentlemen who brought this PA system here today.
I mean, see, we didn't have ESPN or the internet or cell phone.
It sound very professional.
And let me tell you this,
folks. We are going to be making a YouTube of this.
There were people
any
all over Dallas
photographers,
saying
videographers,
Kennedy had been shot.
we would like to speak to you.
Some of them said, "Oh no, he got shot on Lemon Avenue."
Information.
Some of them said he got shot at City Hall.
We would love to,
some of them said, "Oh, Jackie Kennedy got shot too."
And you will be given
there was nothing because you couldn't confirm anything.
Yeah.
So please,
to this day, here 46 years later, we still don't know all that stuff.
Still photography.
My name is Michael Brownlow. I was standing on the corner of Houston and M by the Dow Tex building when President Kennedy was shot. Behind you is the famous grassy knoll, and the fatal headshot came from there, hit the president in the right temple. I'll never believe that Lee Harvey Oswald shot President Kennedy. He didn't. Many people concur that the United States government, the Corporate Actions Branch of the CIA, and the Mafia killed John Kennedy.
Out of Chicago, right? For this?
Come here, Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember real well. They told me to back off. And I'm thinking, I told the guy, wait a minute, if you're so concerned about what I'm saying about who shot Kennedy, why, and Oswald did it, why are you so concerned about that? Yeah. They cut him loose. They cut him loose. Out of Chicago. That's the history class. And that's what that is over there. The little Bo Peep and Mary had a little lamb. Bob Grodin. Right?
Me? No.
No?
No. Ed Tatro.
Guy Bannister.
Jack Mott.
Your face looks familiar, though.
I was on the History Channel.
That's right. That's
right here.
And by the way,
here's the answer.
Did you see the last? Did you see the last presentation of the History Channel?
How you doing, man?
Get a picture. Get a picture.
Hey, so I get a.
Hold on. Here we
the
go.
one on this for a week.
Well, I've seen a bunch of them recently.
Well, this is the most recent one.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah, the History Channel's been
There's more coming on.
The History Channel.
Excuse me.
Yes, the History Channel's been canceled by the theater of bullshit.
Well, there was. And he's up there filming, and as all the people run in, and Patsy saw the smoke up here in the top of the corner, we blew this up and showed it separately, and we blew this side up and showed it separately. And you see some crew jump off here. Pretty heroin. See him jump down?
Oh, yeah.
Now that proves that she filmed the grassy knoll just seconds after the headshot. But what did they say in the newspaper here? He doubts that the film will break new ground. It's interesting, but not a crucial film. Here's a lady who's got the crime scene on film, and they're saying it's not crucial.
Jack Rubenstein, when he come to Dallas, Jack Ruby, three-window down with a broken pane at. That's where he spent the last 3 years of his life, overlooking this site. How terrible that would be.
I've shot deer from 3 times that distance running. That's not the problem. The problem is the timing. The Warren Commission established that the minimum mechanical firing time for that weapon was an old bolt-action World War II era Mannlicher Carcano. Without even aiming, just for 2 shots, the minimum mechanical firing time was 2.3 seconds. The first 2 shots are 1.6 seconds apart. It's impossible. There had to be at least a second shooter.
Lyndon Johnson's signature is President November 21st. It was written for Johnson to sign as president the day before the assassination.
So the military
Somebody knew what was going to happen. It was really interesting.
Secret Service here in Dallas showed up. Of course, he said he didn't have anybody up here. He said he had no one in Dealey Plaza at all that wasn't actually in the moving motorcade itself. He called Parkland Hospital, talked to the Secret Service agent in charge there, found out everybody was accounted for, nobody was missing. So he hung up the phone and said, whoever it was must have left you and got away. 3.5 months later at the Warren Commission, he said the same thing. They've never figured out who that guy was. Whoever it was dirty.
He's the one that got trunked up charges. He got sent to prison.
That's right.
He spoke here yesterday.
Right. And you know about the trumped up charges?
Counterfeiting.
The trumped up charge, you know who the prosecutor was? A guy named Art Dunn. Art Dunn became chief of chancery at the Circuit Court of Cook County. Okay? He rose to the top. He wasn't the chief judge of the Circuit Court, but he was the chief judge of chancery. And that's what Art Dunn was, the prosecutor on Abraham Bolden. Abraham Bolden's defense attorney was George Howard, African-American guy. And I knew George real well in the criminal courts, okay? And he told me all about Abraham Bolden. Yes, he did. And I told a number of other judges. And guess what happened? Shit hit the fan. I have no doubt that he. Okay, and somebody said, "Oh, John, you're, a big art paper in 1996. There it is." Okay, so he then goes to visit Castro. Okay. Richard Nixon's memoirs, page 283. Underline. And remember, Trump conspiracy is a life boys and girls, and our next lesson will be Little Bo Peep. And the day after that, it'll be Mary Had a Little Lamb. We'll tell you everything there is to know, boys and girls. You're all children, and you got to trust us. And if you don't trust us, you might be a bad person.
All right, so where do we go from here?
Okay, so we go from there, okay? That's just a little intercession. Now, guess who shows up in the court building? Lenny Patrick, 1996. Holy crap. I step up at the plate and say, somebody do something about him because he is hooked up in a JFK in Dallas. And guess what happened?
That was the end of the year.
The shit hit the fan.
You know what's the most surprising thing is, I don't know how is this the first time you've been here?
First time.
To me, it looks twice as close as you thought it would be, don't you? Did you think it was a lot further back?
My belief is that from my experience that George Bush and E. Howard Hunt and Frank Sturgis assassinated President Kennedy because we were all involved in the invasion of Cuba. I mean, I worked with, George Bush was my commanding officer in the invasion of Cuba. Hunt was a top CIA official involved in the invasion of Cuba. And Frank Sturgis actually had infiltrated Cuba years earlier and became a friend of Fidel Castro and was working in Cuba as the head of the security of the Cuban Air Force.
It's fine. Oops, my alarm. Back to Bush. You need to understand that Bush was a low-level oil man at the time. He was an oil guy. A lot of business people are contract agents for the CIA. I've known others in my life who were asked both by the FBI and CIA to do things.